Hello people and welcome to my channel. Tank Mechanic Simulator VR from developers Gameformatic gives you the chance to collect, restore, display, buy and sell classic World War II tanks. Ooh, just saying that sends a shiver down my spine, so if you felt the same way when I said that, then this is the game for you. I'm going to discuss the game mechanics, what I like about the game, and also what I don't like about the game. Are you excited? I know I am. So let's get straight into it then, and remember, we're born to respawn. Before we start, I now have a channel membership running, so if you enjoy this content, please click the join button to help support me going forward. Thanks. I'm a massive tank geek. I have been since I was a little boy, and that was a long time ago. This was my favourite book growing up, and just before bedtime I made my dad turn to random pages and I would identify each and every tank on the page. I'm sure he loved that. I know I did. This is a picture of me at the Tank Museum in Bovington, England, next to the scary German King Tiger from the late war period. I don't know what a British tanker sitting in his Cromwell would have thought as one of these behemoths thundered towards them. Probably something like, "Don't move, it'll break down any minute now." Tank Mechanic Simulator VR dumps you into the overalls of a classic World War II tank restorer in your spacious and well-equipped garage. If you've ever dreamed of being David Fletcher, growing an enormous tash and being the embodiment of knowledge about your favourite tracked vehicles, then you need this game in your life. But this isn't just a game about slobbering over shiny tanks. You are actually running a business, taking contracts via email, recovering vehicles, watching your finances, working in the garage and paint shop, as well as running a museum where you can display the tanks you've lovingly restored. Earn cash via contracts, recover vehicles and lovingly restore them to full working order for either selling or displaying them. Build up your reputation to unlock new perks like more museum space, discounted parts and a tool belt. The meat and potatoes of Tank Mechanic Simulator VR is the actual restoration of these beloved machines. There are a mouth-watering array of vehicles to restore, from humble German half-tracks to the Panzerkampfwagen 3 and 4, the Sturmgeschütz to the awesome Tiger 1, the ubiquitous Russian T-34 and KV-1, American Shermans, Pershings, and this. This is an American M10 Wolverine tank destroyer which I recovered from a bog. It's pretty much intact, but it is in a very sorry state, as you can see. So let's get to work. The first task is to remove all the rust from the body so that you can see which remaining parts are usable and which parts need to be replaced. This is done with the rust removal tool, and don't forget to look in those nooks and crannies. There's nothing worse than rebuilding and respraying your tank just to find you've missed a rusty gearbox cover, towing hook or track pin. After that task is completed, you will need to reassess what parts are missing or unusable. There is a handy button in the storage tab that says buy missing parts. This will take you to the parts shop and you can just click purchase, but beware, you will be charged 75% extra for using this service. Top tip number 1, I found it better to buy dirty parts which are cheaper and then renovate them myself. Takes longer but you save a fortune. It is best to remove the turret and engine from the hull to make it easier to work on. Once the missing parts are fitted, you need to sandblast all 3 components of the tank in preparation for the undercoat. Leave the tank unassembled as it is easier to work on, grab your paint gun and give the whole tank a liberal spray of undercoat. Once that's done, you can move the tank into the paint shop. Top tip number 2, you can change the paint gun mode from undercoat to paint by twiddling this knob. It isn't in the tutorial and I had to jump onto Tank Mechanic Simulator's Discord channel to find out, so you can thank me later. Pick a colour and get spraying. I went for a traditional olive drab here, and again make sure you get into all the nooks and crannies so you don't miss anything. Once completed, you can apply decals, numbers and regimental badges, then make sure to hit apply. And there you go, a fully restored M10 Wolverine tank destroyer. Isn't she pretty? I decided to sell this as funds were a bit low and earned $57,000, which was a great boost to my coffers. So, what do I like and what do I dislike about the game? I'll do dislike first, as I like to end on a positive note. Firstly, the music is terrible. Go into the audio settings and turn that shit off straight away. Secondly, the tutorial is very long and very detailed and I forgot nearly everything as soon as I'd finished, because there was so much stuff to learn. I think a separate tutorial screen with individual sections would be more useful. Fitting some parts like the tow rope on the M10 was overly fiddly, plus fitting parts inside the tank is made very awkward by the move into VR, and there are no British tanks in the game. Sad face. The game has bugs, some of them so frustrating that I started to tear out what little hair I have. I had built a Panzerkampfwagen 3 Aus J, which looked amazing, but 2 parts were missing, a mud flap and the gunner's vision slot. I bought the parts, they were in storage, but could I heck get them out? I would open the box, but no parts would fall out. It was very frustrating for me, especially as I have OCD and I'm a completionist. I ended up selling the near 100% completed tank because I couldn't bear to look at it. So what do I like about this game? Well, for me, as such a massive tank fan, and particularly World War II tanks, this game is almost a dream come true. If sanding down a Tiger tank doesn't sound like your thing, believe me, it's cathartic and soothing. Plus the thrill of seeing the fully restored tank and actually being able to walk around it, sit inside it and drive it. Whew, see? There's those shivers down my spine again. The game will not suit everybody and the bugs can make it excruciating at times, but if you told that little boy in his bedroom with his favourite book in his lap that one day he could build a Tiger tank, then get inside and drive it, well, the little tyke would have wept tears of pure joy. But as always, what do you think? Do you love World War II era tanks? Does Tank Mechanics Simulator VR sound like your kind of game? Or does the idea of restoring old tanks leave you cold? You know the drill. Get involved and comment down below. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Sorry. And I'll see you on the other side.